Well, hello, Malt Shop Memories Cruisers. Thanks for coming back for another edition of All Access Pass at Home. I'm your virtual cruise host, Jason Venner, and today I'm catching up with a favorite from last year and someone you were looking really, truly forward to for 2020. I know you were. Sounds of the Street. Gentlemen, how's everybody doing? We doing okay? You look good.
Hey, Jason, how you
Doing
doing?
great,
Good,
Jason.
See you again.
How are you?
How you
We're
doing,
good,
Jason?
man. We're good, thank you. You know, it's been it's been a little bit of a roller coaster ride, as I'm sure anyone and everyone in our industry knows. But we're hanging in. I want to go around the room a little bit and find out individually how you guys are doing, because honestly, we're very fortunate on Malt Shop to have a bunch of doo-wop groups that have performed for us, and we'll do the different rooms throughout the cruises. We don't always get people that, how do I say this politely? Sometimes groups are demanded back. Sometimes the guests demand a group back, and you guys were absolutely one of those groups. The guests spoke up, they spoke loudly, and they said, we want to see him again, bring him back. So you are a part of the Malt Shop family for sure. You made a big impression. Jerry, I'm going to start with you if you don't mind. What was it like being on Malt Shop for you guys?
Oh man, that was one of the best experiences we've ever had. We really worked our butts off, and seemed like we were constantly on stage, either running from one room to the next. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we enjoyed every minute of it. The people on a cruise were the absolute best. We just played off them, their energy. They drew from us, and we just wanted to play more and more. One of the best experiences we ever had. Can't wait for 2021. Sorry we had to miss this year, but you know what? It's going to be even more exciting in 2021 because everybody's anticipating it's going to be great.
That's what, and thank you for saying that. And it's very true. It's incredible you can only bottle up an entertainer's spirit for so long. It's got to go somewhere, right? That energy has to go somewhere.
There you go.
And you can just tell people are kind of itching to get back. Frank, I know you and I are chatting a little bit, and it's kind of a cool thing to be out there on these cruises with all the other stars, and the guests are so focused on having a good time. What'd you think while you guys were out there?
Jason, it was a highlight of my life as far as musical entertainment. I mean, I've done shows, I've done big stages, but I got to tell you, you guys are the best.
Oh, that's kind.
Jason, you're one of the best hosts I ever was around. Trust me. I mean, you got your stuff together. I mean, you were great. I mean, you just pumped us up, and the audience just went right with it. And we were so honored to be on this cruise, and we're so honored that we were asked back next year. And like Jerry said, we worked our butts off to get there, and it was worth it. Trust me. I've been with this group. I have this group for 17 years. Wow. And that is the highlight. That is the highlight of my career.
That's absolutely wonderful. And
people are great.
We appreciate that very much. I got to say, for your compliment of me, that means a lot, but please understand something. As a host, and any of you that have ever stood in front of a group before, not necessarily as, the group, but the guy that gets introduced or brings somebody out, I can say all the superlatives in the world. If you guys go out there and you're no good, so all I'm doing is getting people excited for what is about to be great. And my job is easy when I know what's coming up behind me. Speaking of that, Edward, I know I think we have you sorted out on your audio issues there. What does the 50s, 60s music mean to you? Why do something like Sounds of the Street? Why continue this great music?
Well, it stays. It's got staying power, and people come out our age, even younger, and they like it. They gravitate towards the music. So when you do it and they're singing along with you, it makes you want to keep going. One thing after the cruise, my sister, who lives in New Jersey, one of her neighbors says, "I just came off the cruise." And I said to my sister, "Tell her I was just singing on it." Well, that lady had sent my sister a picture that she took of us on stage. I said, "She was there." Cool. So that's what made it. I sent the guys a picture of that this week. That was the picture that my sister's friend from her complex had taken from the cruise. So that was made it small world, on my part.
Absolutely. And here's something that you guys will get to know once we get back to the Malt Shop Cruise. And we've heard a lot of the major artists say it. I'm obviously I've been doing it for a few years, and I've become a part of this family. You guys are now a part of that family. And so what's interesting is when you come back the next time, what you're going to find is you're going to recognize a ton of the people in that audience. You're going to recognize in the Ocean Bar, in the BB King's room, in the pool state, you're going to recognize so many, not just artists, but fans, like the people that Malt Shop has an incredibly faithful group of return cruisers. The people that love this music really, truly deep down love this music. And they come back every year. And it's, it's fun to go out on stage as a host or as an entertainer like yourselves and look out and go, oh my gosh, you were here, you, and oh, that's right. And oh, hey, and it's kind of old home week a little bit. Buddy, what about the cruise? What are you looking forward to about the next Malt Shop Cruise?
Absolutely everything.
I like it.
Everything. I got to tell you something, Jason, like the other guys, I've been doing this a long, long time. And
Yes,
the
sir.
music of the 50s and the 60s, the doo-wop I grew up with, since I was a little kid, in the 60s, listening to this stuff. And it always held a special place in my heart. And I always dreamed about doing this. Well, that dream became a reality doing this Malt Shop Cruise, meeting all those incredible people.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never experienced anything like that in my life. Singing for over 40 years professionally, personally, that's the best I've ever experienced.
Oh, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Well,
And it holds a special place in my heart for other reasons also.
we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Don't you think I'm letting you off the hook with that, buddy?
I heard all about it.
Yeah. Lou, I got to ask you. So Lou, we've had, like I said in the beginning, we've had a lot of doo-wop groups over the years, and they've been fantastic. And I don't mean to, I'm not trying to sound negative or disparage anybody. We've had world-class acts. But resoundingly, guests asked to have you guys back. What is it about Sounds of the Street that's unique?
Well, first of all, I think we were excited and a little nervous because of all the big acts.
Sure.
But when we got on stage and they realized that we are real people from the city, Sounds of the Street, the name goes with who we are. They warmed up to our personalities as well as our talents. And it just was a connection from day one, which allowed us not to be nervous anymore and really perform to the best we could. As an artist, meeting the other artists, people that we knew, maybe look forward to meeting,
Sure.
it was a big thrill. However, the people even became more important because they really gelled with us. They sat down. Could we eat with you? Could we talk with you? Could we have a drink with you? It was just a terrific experience. Unfortunately, we're going through this pandemic and we couldn't do 2020, but hopefully everything will be better. And once it is, it'll be twice as nice.
I love that you said that. It's very 2 points in there I think you mentioned that are important. One, I couldn't agree more with it. And I say this, and every artist knows this on Malt Shop, because I say it on stage, in the main stage, and I've said it to every name, whether they're a big name or a different, whether they perform on the main stage or a different, doesn't matter to me. People book the cruise for often the first time for what's on the marquee. And they book it because it's going to be Smokey Robinson, it's going to be the Beach Boys, it's going to be what that is. But people come back again and again because of what happens in all the other rooms. I firmly believe that's something special about these musical cruises, is not to say that the headliners aren't phenomenal, but you kind of expect them to be phenomenal. I want the Beach Boys and Smokey Robinson to be exactly who they are. Chubby Checker, Valley, Avalon, Rydell, those guys are all going to be
Bobby Rydell.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Rydell, love Rydell, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know
Mike
what you're
Buddy.
getting. You know what you're going to get with those guys. And by that, I don't mean to disparage them as much as to say, I expect that. If they've never heard Sounds of the Street, though, if they're not familiar with their music, if they're from a different part of the country or just hadn't come across your music, they might not know. So they go into that room one night and they go, well, let's check this out. And then they get blown away. And then they go into the next room and go, well, I've never heard or seen this person before. And they get blown away. You guys are a huge part of what brings people back to the cruise. And I firmly believe that it's that whipped cream cherry on top that makes people want that Sunday a second time. So I couldn't agree with you more. And second, I wanted to add, and this is, any one of you can tackle this. Some people don't understand that we use the different rooms differently. And I know that's a silly statement, but each room is not necessarily an A-list or a B-list act, we have big acts on all the different stages. We use the pool for one thing, we use the main stage for another. Each one fills a role. The Ocean Bar, in my mind, that area is one of the most important because it's one of the most intimate rooms we have. And it is kind of its own street corner. It's got a walkthrough on one side that's a main area. It has a bar area. There's a lot of people milling about. So we like an act in there that can command. We like an act in there that can make people walking by go, oh, what's this? And stop. What was it like performing in a room? You know, it's not the biggest room we have, but it's one of the more important ones. Tell me a little about performing in the Ocean Bar with your kind of act. Any one of you can tackle it.
Okay, I'll jump in. You know, all the big stars started somewhere, in nightclubs, on a street corner. Everything was small before they became. With us being in the Ocean Room, that was an amazing experience. We felt like stars. We really did. It was an amazing, because you're one-on-one with the people. You're so close. Yeah. You're right in front of you. And that was so intimate, and that made it very, very special. And I think the people picked up on it. They enjoy seeing the big stars, but they can't always get close to them. Where in the smaller rooms, it's more intimate. And like I said, you made those people on that cruise made us feel like stars, like we were big stars, and we really, truly appreciate it, especially having us back again. It means a lot to us.
Listen, I'm speaking to you on behalf of the Malt Shop guests because I'm fortunate enough to know these guests as well as I do. They are fans of great music, but they do not suffer fools gladly. This is a group of guests that will tell us if they are not happy with a major star, a smaller star, any level of star. I don't care if you're on the main stage on the marquee night. If they didn't appreciate your show, they'll tell us flat out. They do not mince words. They don't play around. They're quick to let us know whether they approve or disapprove of something. And there's disagreements as to, you know, the entire cruise rarely agrees on one thing, but you get my point. So to be asked back, to have people, you know, want you guys back as much as they did, that's a testament. This is a discerning crowd. This is a crowd that, you know, they know their music.
That coming back is the best thing. I mean, you never expect it, you know, because we hear things that, you know, they only bring groups 1 year and that's it. But to come back is an honor. It's just like it's just unbelievable. You know, and like you said, the Ocean Bar, I seen some major stars walking by when we were performing and they stopped and listened. Yeah. So, you know, the guys worked hard. Our guys worked hard.
Incredibly hard. And you know, when we're planning all that out, Janine Morris, who's one of our producers, along with Alan Rubens, who's the executive producer, we go through, I mean, line by line for months, we go through these schedules. And, you know, I forgive me, I'm not sure which one of you, if not all of you, we were talking to beforehand, but we were laying out the schedule. And at one point we went, we've got these guys working a lot. Like these guys are doing a lot of shows.
Yeah,
maybe we should touch base.
Let's talk about the contract now.
Yeah.
We started out as three performances by the pool. That's the way it started.
That's how it always starts, isn't it? Isn't that how it always begins?
But I'll tell you what, we did the sock hop, and that was great. That was fun. We had a lot of fun. And we met some people there, and I guess when they got on the ship, they recognized us sometime when we walked by. So, you know, we worked a lot. Like Jerry said, we worked a lot. But you know what? It was better we worked a lot because it was in our blood, and we just got pumped up about it.
Absolutely. Edward, you look like you wanted to share something there.
Well, singing at the Ocean Bar the night that they had the extraterrestrials, R2D2, it's kind of hard to be, you know, you see things up on their heads and you say, oh, geez, I got to be serious.
Be serious, yeah.
But it was fun. It's fun seeing everybody enjoy the different nights that you plan. It's really great.
So I got to know, between Lou, Jerry, Frank, and Ed, who knows Buddy the best? Who's known Buddy the longest? Which one?
I'd have to say me.
You, Jerry. Okay. So Jerry, I'm asking you directly. Buddy seemed to enjoy the cruise a little more than the rest of you guys.
He drank more than the rest of us.
I don't know why I feel that way. Tell us why you think this handsome man down here enjoyed the cruise. What anything unique or special happened on that cruise?
Well, I can't. Well,
Be very
he met
careful
someone
with that,
special. He met someone special on the cruise, and they hit it off, and they're become an item. So, you know, it was a
Eloquently put.
special time for Buddy too. So I'm real happy for him. He's a great guy.
Eloquently put, Jerry. Buddy, I'm going to give you a chance to tell us. There's a little rumor about romance going on. Tell me what's happening on the malt shop memory. What memories were you making on the malt shop cruise?
Well, besides having a great time in general, I did have the pleasure and opportunity of meeting a very special young lady on the first day, the Saturday morning before we even left port. I was out there at the back of deck 9, I believe it is.
Yeah, deck 9.
Having my coffee. I'm a coffee drinker, and all those guys know. Well, I got water right now, so I'm doing pretty good. And I'm, sitting there minding my own business because we played the night before. We flew in. We were like, just trying to get our bearings. And I
especially
look
when it's new.
Yeah, I look off to my right, and there's a young lady sitting there, all by herself, and she has this duffel bag or like a backpack bag, and it has music notes all over it and a keyboard on it. And I'm looking, and I said, "Good morning." I said, "I like your bag." And she looks over and smiles. She goes, "Thanks." And I went over and I said, "Are you performing? Are you an artist?" She goes, "No, I'm just a guest." And I had my lanyard on. It's over here. It's an artist. And we started talking about that. And we hit it off. And to this day, we are dating exclusively.
That's awesome, man. I love that.
Yeah. It's great.
That's actually how we're going to sell future malt shop cruises is land yourself a star. You might just land yourself a star.
And Jason, this is a long distance relationship.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Made even more so by the pandemic, obviously.
It hasn't been easy. Yeah. I'm here in Jersey and she's up in New England.
Okay. Well, you're in the same, at least relative, area.
Yeah. So,
good.
we talk or text every night and FaceTime or whatever. Yeah. We're always in communication. It's great.
That's beautiful. That's wonderful. And now I got to ask the rest of the guys, did you think he was onto something? Did you think he was out there? Was he sneaking votes for you guys? Is that was this political or, did you have to question it at first? Were you like, buddy, what's he doing over here?
No, but I had to keep track on him because when we were having our little rehearsals, I had to go looking for him.
And it was too happy.
Yeah.
I think I was rooming with him.
Yeah, you certainly did. So Frank, you mentioned a moment ago that the group, and forgive me, I obviously I got to know you guys, but I don't know your history, and I apologize for that. Tell us a little bit about, and any one of you can tackle this, the how do Sounds of the Street come together? How do you guys get together? What's the process?
Well, I started this group, like I said, about 17 years ago, and it was an a cappella group, and it was guys I worked with. Mm-hmm. And from there, we went into the track stuff, with the music, because, a cappella is good, but you can't work a lot with a cappella. There's not a lot of work. So I started with the music tracks, and it worked out pretty well. I mean, I changed hands a few times with some members. But what I have here now with this cruise group, I've had so much fun with these guys getting ready to do this cruise. And I'll tell you, if you want hardworking guys, these guys are them. They're there.
I attest to that.
And it's the chemistry. That's basically the biggest part, the chemistry between the 5 of us. And we enjoy what we're doing. It makes it all worthwhile.
And Jason. Jason,
yes,
we actually like each other.
That's it helps, doesn't it?
That's a plus.
It does. You know, I mean, obviously, as producers and hosts and directors and all the things that we do on the other side, a big part of what we do when we hire and when we are looking to, you know, to start to put people on the ship talent wise, we're also looking for good citizens. You know, we're looking for people that get along. We're looking for people that are good people. There's some wonderful entertainers out there that we're skeptical about whether or not we put them on a ship around guests 24/7 for a select amount of days. That may turn around and bite us. So it's we
Can
have
we
to
name
consider.
a few, Jason? Can we start naming them? I got
Yeah. Let's get into that. That'll go well. Yeah. But I mean, you know, there's a truth to that. There's only, you know, you can't put a sour apple in the middle of such a great cruise. And so a huge part of what we do is making sure we do a little bits of background checks. We ask people that have worked with or have seen certain acts, or, you know, are they easy? Are they difficult? How is it? And challenging groups don't affect us because we understand it's a business, but as long as everyone is good to the people around them. And to your point, buddy, you all like each other. And when everybody gets along, that makes a big difference in how you present yourself to the guests. It makes a big difference in how you're perceived.
It's true, Jason. It's, you know, we all admire each other's talents.
Sure.
We love performing together. We love having a good time together. And especially we love being out there with the people, singing with them, singing to them, performing with them, talking with them, interacting. We love that stuff. So, you know, when the five of us get up on stage, it's fun time.
Chemistry, right? It's chemistry.
It's
And
chemistry and fun.
I'll tell you, if you ever want to know any song titles or artists, you ask Singing Eddie. He's got a whole vocabulary.
He knows them all.
He's the trap.
He's the guy.
Him. Yeah.
Just you point over to Eddie. Eddie, take it.
That's why we call him Singing Eddie.
That's what, Eddie, what is it? Do you practice or does it just come natural to you?
I guess I have a good memory.
It just comes, I
I
guess.
remember the old songs when my sister used to play them, you know? But yeah, no, I just love music.
That's great.
All
Man.
kinds.
I love that you guys enjoy it as much as you do. And now let's talk a little bit before we get you out of here. Let's talk a little bit about nowadays. Obviously, we're going through a pandemic. We have social distancing. We have limited to no live singing engagements. I mean, they're very few and far between. They're just kind of starting to reemerge. And even then it's not easy. People are performing in drive-ins and people are, you know, it's a very unique landscape right now. Lou, I'll start with you. What's it been like, you know, as a creative guy, as a performer, what have you been up to during all this time?
Well, at first it was, it felt like a little break actually, at first.
Sure.
It was like, we're getting a break. How nice. You know, I could see my grandkids on the weekend, you know? But now it's like, let's get back to the stage. We've been on our stage all our lives. That's where we belong. Let's get back. How we're going to do that, we just got to keep hoping and praying that this thing passes and we all get back to normal.
Yeah. How about you guys? Jerry, how about you? What have you been up to during all this time? Staying busy?
Well, I also do a solo act. I perform at a lot of nursing homes, assisted livings, restaurants, and that all went by the wayside. I haven't worked in you know, maybe twice since the pandemic hit. So I'm really itching to get back out there. I enjoy doing what I do and I enjoy entertaining the people. Yeah. So just like everybody else, I'm not the only one in this boat. We've all been going through this, not working and just sitting back waiting for this to end so we can get back into a normal way of life again, basically.
Amen. Amen. All things said and done, from when the cruising stop happened to when we as Star Vista Live get on our next charter, it'll be over a year and a half, which is unheard of for musical cruise. I mean, you know, cruises, we're doing between 6 and 8 a year, and we'll have been 18 months with none, you know, before we get back. So I mean, we understand completely, even from our end, it's a drastic change. Singing Eddie, have you picked up any fun or interesting hobbies during this downtime?
Well, actually, all right, we finished our cruise November 9th.
Yep.
My wife and her coworkers, we were supposed to go on a cruise March 28th. And my wife already said, we're canceling. And then they ended up canceling anyway. So it was like, all right, what do we do? Sit home and do nothing, you know? That's about it. You know,
You're doing nothing. You just memorizing songs.
He's doing nothing.
Yeah.
What about you other guys? You pick up any fun or interesting hobbies, or are you doing anything different during this time since you don't have an outlet? Anybody can answer. I don't, yeah.
Oh, I play softball.
Softball. Are you
yeah, I've
still
been
able to
playing-
play?
Yeah, I still play. Yeah.
Good. Good,
Yeah,
good.
Keep busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they playing games where you're
Oh,
at? I mean,
yeah.
you're still
Yeah.
okay, good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Buddy, what are you doing to keep busy other
Oh,
than
but
pining
no.
away for Liz?
yeah.
Okay. No, I work a day job. So
Driving in New England. This one-
there we go. Okay. Cat's out of the bag. It's okay.
Yeah.
I asked her last night if it was okay. She says, fine, no problem. No, I work a day job, so I am out of the house every day. So I'm not like cooped up
Got
in
it.
here all the time. But no, I'm also a keyboard player, Jason. So I practice and I play a lot. I got
Nice.
keyboard set up here.
Sure.
The guys and I, we get together with Zoom meetings. We talk. We're always on the phone or texting or emailing about this, that, and the other. But we terribly miss getting on the stage and singing
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
It's and like I was saying a minute ago, you know, I understand how blessed I am to talk to the different artists and how many different, you know, different walks of life, different decades, different eras of music, and so many huge stars. And it doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter who you sang with or who you are. Everyone has the same story right now. Every entertainer just has the same. God, I can't wait to get back on stage. I just can't wait to get back on stage.
It's in your blood.
It is.
It's in your blood.
It takes a type of person to walk up there, you know, regardless of what stage you're walking onto. It takes a type of human. And once you've done it and decide that you enjoy it, it's hard to not have that. It really is. Well, listen, most importantly, I appreciate you guys taking the time to chat. It's great to catch up even for a few minutes. And, you know, like I said, the malt shoppers have spoken and they can't wait to see you again. So I know we're really excited to get you back. I'm going to go around the horn one last time. And this time, any message you have for your fans or the Malt Shop Memories fans, anything you want to say to the folks watching? Lou, I'm going to start with you. Anything you want to say to all the fine folks watching?
To all the people that we met on the cruise and the ones that we're gonna meet, we can't wait to see you again and in the future. Everybody, please stay safe. Do what you have to do. Watch the guidelines the best you can. Wash your hands, all of that stuff. And we'll all be together again. The biggest thrill was the people. And with the people there and us being there, it'll be just as good, if not better, than the last cruise.
Great message. Appreciate you, Lou. Singing Eddie.
Oh, well, if the fans are listening, my big thing during the cruise was with everybody I met, I would say, where you from? And they would say, we're from Louisiana. We're from Detroit. Everybody I talked to, I didn't ask you where you were from, Jason. Where you from?
Portland, Oregon.
What?
Portland, Oregon.
Oregon. Okay, good.
Yeah.
But I knew about where everybody lived, what state they were from. But when we're on TV or whatever, just tell them I'm from New Jersey.
I'm from New Jersey.
We're
New
all
Jersey.
from Jersey.
You don't want to be from Philly today?
No, that's that other group. No, but that was my thing. I talked to somebody, where you from? On the elevator, where you from?
Yeah.
And it was really, that was like my consensus, you know, just keep finding out where people were from.
I love
That was
it.
good.
I love it. Jerry, how about you, sir?
Well, once again, we want to thank all the people on the Malt Shop cruise for asking us to come back. It means so much to us. We can't wait to come back in 2021 to perform for you again. We're going to even work harder and be even better than we were on the last cruise, because you made us a better group from all your applause and all your comments. We look forward to seeing you all again. Please stay safe. We look forward to seeing you very soon. God bless you, and see you on 2021 Malt Shop Cruise.
Great message, Jerry. Buddy.
Well, I got to tell you, to everyone out there in the Malt Shop Memory Cruise, we miss you guys, love you guys. It was a pleasure, a delight to meet you all and sing for you. Do what you have to do to, to get through this pandemic. Be well, be safe. Cross your fingers that November 2021 Malt Shop Memories Cruise will roll, and we will see you on board.
Love it. And Frank, I know Sounds of the Street means a lot. It means a lot to all the guys. It obviously means a ton to you, being starting them and being with them for 17 years. Instead of reiterating what those gentlemen said, what is Sounds of the Street bringing to the 2021 Malt Shop Cruise? What can the guests expect to see from you guys?
Well, I want us, the folks out there, make them really happy this year, next year when we come back.
Yeah.
That's our goal. And like Jerry said, we're going to be bigger and better coming back. And we miss everybody. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it this year, but we're going to be ready next year. And look out for us, because here we come, folks.
I love it. What a perfect message. Well, listen, you guys absolutely made your mark on the Malt Shop Memories Cruise, and I'm really excited. I'd say for one, but judging by the way people voted for you, I'm not for one. I am one of those that's excited to get you guys back. So all our Malt Shop Memories fans, thanks for tuning in for a catch up with Sounds of the Street. You know them, you love them. Lou, Jerry, Singing Eddie, Buddy, and Frank. Be well, everybody. Be smart, be safe, take care of each other, and be kind and compassionate. We'll see you soon.
Take care, Jason.
Bye-bye, Jason.
Bye-bye, Jason.
Thank you.